All right, today we're going to talk about a really powerful but honestly often misunderstood financial tool called a sale-leaseback. It's a pretty slick way to turn the equipment you already own into the cash your business needs to grow, and you can do it all without skipping a beat in your daily operations. So, let's dig into how it actually works. You know the situation, right? It's a classic business problem. You've spent a ton of money on high-quality equipment. Maybe it's trucks, maybe it's manufacturing machinery. Those assets are worth a lot, but your day-to-day cash flow is tight. All that value, all that capital is literally locked up, just sitting on your factory floor, and it might be holding you back from your next big move. So that brings us to the big question. What if the very same equipment that's running your business right now could also be the key to financing its future? I mean, what if you could tap into all that hidden value without having to go through the headache of a traditional bank loan? Well, turns out you can. And the answer is a financial strategy called a sale-leaseback. Now, I know the name might sound a little complicated, but the idea behind it is actually incredibly simple and really, really effective. Honestly, the name kind of says it all. In a sale-leaseback, you sell an asset you own, say a big piece of machinery, to a financing company. Then you immediately lease that exact same piece of equipment right back from them. So what's the result? You get a big lump sum of cash, and you get to keep using your essential equipment just like you did the day before. Nothing changes. Let's break it down. It's really just 3 simple steps. First, you sell your equipment to a lender for what it's worth. It's fair market value. Second, that lender cuts you a check, giving you a huge cash injection right into your business. And third, you sign a lease agreement and you keep using that equipment without a single interruption. All you have to do is make your regular lease payments. It's a totally seamless way to turn a physical asset into cold, hard cash. Okay, so why would a company actually want to do this? Well, the advantages are pretty darn compelling, especially if you're a business that wants to stay agile and jump on new opportunities when they pop up. And this is really where you see the magic of a sale-leaseback. Right away, you unlock all the equity that was tied up in your assets, giving you a major cash boost. You can use that new capital to fund an expansion, hire more people, or just handle unexpected expenses. Plus, your costs become a fixed, predictable lease payment, which makes budgeting so much easier. And you know, the best part? Your operations just keep chugging along without a single day of downtime. So theory is great and all, but let's look at how this actually plays out in the real world. We're going to take a peek at a public deal to see a sale-leaseback in action. So for our case study, let's look at the Dixie Group. They're a big-time flooring and carpet manufacturer. They found themselves needing to finance some pretty significant new equipment, and they turned to a sale-leaseback to make it happen. So they struck a deal with GE Capital. The Dixie Group sold 3 absolutely critical pieces of their manufacturing line, specifically these big tufting machines they use to make carpets. And they sold them directly to GE. And this number right here, this shows you the raw power of this strategy. Through this one single deal, the Dixie Group generated about $4.6 million in financing. That is a massive injection of capital, all from just 3 pieces of equipment. So what did they give in return? Well, they leased the equipment back. Their new fixed cost to operate that machinery became a totally predictable monthly payment of around $72,000. And the lease term was set for 5 years, or 60 months. This gave the Dixie Group stable, long-term access to their essential machines, which meant they could confidently take all that new cash and invest it in other parts of the business that needed it more. So let's just recap the whole thing. The Dixie Group sold its machinery to GE Capital and raised about $4.6 million. In return, they agreed to pay roughly $72,000 a month for the next 5 years to keep using those exact same machines. They basically converted a huge capital asset into a predictable operating expense, and they unlocked millions in cash to work with in the process. Pretty smart. Okay, so we've gone through the definition, the benefits, and a real-life example. What's the one big idea you should really walk away with here? It's really this. A sale-leaseback is a financial tool that lets you transform your physical assets into liquid cash. It allows you to tap into the value you've already built in your business, giving you the capital you need to grow, all without losing a single day of productivity. And that kind of leads us to the final question, one for you to think about. I want you to take a look around your own business, look at the trucks, the tech, the machinery. What untapped value is just sitting there? And more importantly, what could you and your business achieve if you unlocked it?